It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got a pair of teams who not long ago had more Super Bowls than anybody else. It's the Boys and the Niners on Sunday Night Primetime.
It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3- or 4-yard gain on first down. They move the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted. Many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Prescott. And that's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Prescott. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be let out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Now Samuel. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Operating from the gun. Callaway. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Open man is Juwan Jennings.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Callaway
able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after.
And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
On play action, Prescott.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down. Looking to throw, Prescott.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Prescott to throw it.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. Callaway. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Callaway. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Callaway. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Play action now. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one that gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Prescott. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Connects with Kittle underneath. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Back to throw. Callaway. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Callaway. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Callaway.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw. Callaway.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and the lead will hold at 10.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Prescott now. And that's complete to Cooks. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Prescott from the gun.
He's got his running back out of the...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Count away.
He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 81 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now Moody for the PAT.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. $17-0 our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The 49ers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Chauncey Golston drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football.
Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you
down.
Don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners offense and their running back getting set to go once more.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Debo going in motion left.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1 run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. DeMarcus Lawrence. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And Jake Moody now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Now Dak on the option left. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
On play action, Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Prescott.
The short one there taken in by Ferguson.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. And the
Niners get there and bring him down.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken around the 12.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First down, here's Mitchell. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll try to run the option here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
The extra point try now for Moody. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now here come the Cowboys. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw is Prescott.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
They run here with Dowdle.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the San Fran 20. A big play here for Dallas. 56 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead now down to 20. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, so they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll look to throw here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mozzie Smith in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Operating from the gun, Callaway. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Callaway working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Callaway. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Callaway. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half, Prescott. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
2nd and 13.
He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
3rd and 8.
Off the play fake. Callaway. And some room to roam now. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking to throw. Callaway connects with Kittle underneath. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Callaway. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Third and 20. Operating from the gun. Callaway. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the lead will remain at 23. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Prescott now. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Dowdle. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll, and now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A running play, it's Dowdle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Trey Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Looking to throw. Callaway.
He's got Ayuk once again.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 28.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Callaway.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Callaway. That's to the right side. Complete to Kittle. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And the lead is now 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll start out here with the option left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Callaway.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Callaway. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
So no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. That's to McCaffrey, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw again.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, One thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Down to about the 45.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Back to throw. Callaway. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this down to the 36.
That'll go as a pickup of 8.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and a yard.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's Prescott. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5.
Prescott to throw it.
He'll find Vaughn complete out of the backfield.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
That is caught.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They run again with Dowdle.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott.
Fires a slant complete to Tolbert.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing, Prescott.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw is Prescott. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up.
He's got daylight.
Now he's free at the 35. Juwan Jennings.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Juwan Jennings.
94 yards.
And the Niners start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And out now come the Cowboys. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Prescott now. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 77 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Samuel.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they go screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball. And unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Prescott.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Now Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Prescott yet again. He gets it to Cooks.
And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 18 yards, first down, Niners.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.